Everyone, what's up? This is Disney here, and I'm going to do my final review of the last film I saw of this year. It is of course Mary Poppins Returns. So Mary Poppins Returns stars Emily Blunt, Lin Manuel Miranda, and Ben Whiteshaw, Emily Mortimer, and Comfort, and it tells the story of the Banks family. Um, Michael, especially played by Ben Whiteshaw, who his house is up for eviction because he was unable to pay rent. And the bank, one of them is led by Comfort, who's like the villain in the movie. He wants to sell the house for himself and wants Banks, like Michael and his sister, to leave the premise. But of course, there's a catch. They have until like Friday midnight um of course leave the premise or pay their dues. Of course, it's not the movie without Mary Poppins. Hence the title of the movie. We see Mary Poppins returning after one of the young lads gets has a kite that belongs to his father. Time, Michael. And I was like, how do you know my name? And then of course she goes, oh, Chalk. And of course, like I said, she meets sorry about that, who sports a Essex accent. And it's up to Jack and the gang to try and save the banks for their home. Yeah. Overall, before I go any more into the film, I have to say I actually enjoyed the movie. I thought it was first of all, okay, I'm gonna go for the good, the bad, and then the verdict of the movie. So first the good. I love the animated sequence, which is like the royal, oh god, Royal Music Hall. There's even a song about the movie, about the scene, and it's a scene where Mary Poppins, the Banks children, of course, they accidentally broke a bit of the bowl belonged to their mother, and of course Mary Poppins fixes the bowl by turning it around, and she ends up the end up world where the inside the actual bowl, and then we show up with this like fox who drives them off to the royal hall, and there's like this big show number, this big showstopper with all the penguins, and Lin Manuel Miranda starts singing the song, the Royal Music Hall, it's the Royal Music Hall, and I was like, and there's a lot of costume changes with Mary Poppins as well in it. Another thing I love as well is like the, what was it? Oh yeah, it was the bat scene where she has this like bat stuff, and she puts in the water, and like there's this like whale that comes out of it, and then of course into the water, and she goes into the water and ends up in this kind of underwater which I thought was very, very well done. So yeah, the visuals in this movie is very, very beautiful. It's stunning to look at. Emily Blunt. Before I go for my good and bad to her, I just say the good. First is a good. Okay, first the good Emily Blunt. She did a good job as Julie Andrews Mary Poppins. Is she not for the bad? Is she as good as Mary Poppins? To be honest, not really. I have to get out of the way. She's not as good as Julie Andrews. Like Julie Andrews is Mary Poppins, hands down. It's like Michael Keaton as Batman, or Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, or Jim Carrey as The Mask and the Grinch. You cannot beat those. Or Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. It's like as if they rebooted Wolverine again and had the likes of, I don't know, Zac Efron's Wolverine. I'd be saying to myself, no, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, end of story. Here with Emily Blunt is the saying, she kind of tries to be Julie Andrews, even with the voice. She kind of talks like this, very posh and proper like this, without her own accent, which is like not as posh as that. It's like, it goes, oh, Michael, what in heavens is going on? and she does this a lot, and she talks very proper like this, like so. Um, yeah, there's also a villain in this movie. Now, yeah, there may be an odd few spoilers thrown here and there. I'm like Doug Walker now. There is going to be an odd few spoilers, so you have been warned. The villain in this movie is, of course, Colin Firth, played by Colin Firth, who plays this kind of evil. You can say it's evil. He's like this banker who he owns the bank, and he of course makes out to Michael Banks that, I see there's no regulation at all of Mr. Banks, and turns out there was. He threw the Banks George Banks's statement into the fire, and I was like, oh, you son of a bitch. Sorry about that. You got Meryl Streep, who plays this Russian woman who turns out to be Mary Poppins' cousin. Yeah, she sings a song like Topsy Turvy or whatever Meryl Streep does. And yeah, there's also a cameo of Dick Van Dyke, who we don't see until the very end of the film. He plays, I think, George Sawyers Jr. He plays the son of the old man that you see in Mary Poppins, the original one, except that makeup is horrendous. In this one, it looks 10 times better because he looks like an elderly man since he's like, what, 93 now. And we also get a cameo by Angela Lansbury at the very end of the film. She plays a balloon lady who gives you a balloon and you fly up in the air, and she goes, "Oh, this balloon tells you whatever," and you just fly up in the air and sing a song about it, which I thought was very well done as well. Yeah, the special effects is very good in this film. I was the only one that actually liked the film, that actually loved it. My mum found it boring. My brother says it was the most boring film he ever sat through. He said it felt like it was going on too long because it just dragged and dragged and dragged and dragged, and you're like, I guarantee they were looking at their clocks, because for me, I wasn't looking at my watch at all. I was like this the whole time, looking at it the whole time. I thought it was very well done, even though Emily Blunt is no Julie Andrews, but at least she tries her best. It's like Emma Watson's Belle. I mean, the majority of people can't stand Emma Watson. I actually loved her as Belle in Beauty and the Beast. So, yeah, overall, I give this movie possibly an 8 out of 10. No, sorry, 9 out of 10 I give it. Yeah, 9 out of 10. I thought it was a very good film. I thought it was brilliant. I loved it. There's also a climb about the climax scene. But yeah, it reminds me of Back to the Future for some strange reason. If you saw the movie, you know what the scene I'm on about. It relates to a clock. That's all I'm going to say. And they have to, like, you know, turn back time. So, yeah, if you saw the movie, you know the scene I'm on about. I thought it was very kind of, I was like, what? I was like, what's this? I was like, what is this climax? And then all of a sudden, the person that has the magic was like, I can do it now. And it goes up in the air and fixes everything. And I was like, why could you not the fucking do that before? But yeah, like I said, I give it 9 out of 10. I thought it was a very good film. If you like the original, you'll possibly like this film. For me, I thought it was brilliant. I loved it. It's my favorite film of the year. No, but it's in my top 5. We shall see when I do my best and worst of 2018, which will be up this week. So back to the review. I give it 9 out of 10, like I said before, and that's it. So yeah. Make sure, about the best and worst, be sure and check in my best and worst of 2018, where I will show you, where I'll tell you what films I loved and what films I actually didn't like. There wasn't much films I didn't like this year. There was a lot of films I actually liked this year, but should be surprised number one's going to be of my best film of the year. You'll pretty much be surprised. So that's it for me of Mary Poppins Returns, which stars Emily Blunt and whatever, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Let me know in the comments down below if you've seen the film, what you think of it, and is it as good as the original? Is Emily Blunt as good as not Emma Watson, as Julie Andrews? Let me know in the comments down below, and until next time, happy Christmas and a peaceful new year, and I shall see you next time, like I said, with my best and worst of 2018.